Slugs and Snails, written by Robin Green, photographs by Kathy Atkinson and Denise Clyde. Contents: gastropods, snails, land snails, water snails, slugs, land slugs, sea slugs. Index. Gastropods. All slugs and snails are animals without backbones. They are called gastropods. They have soft bodies and use special muscles underneath to move themselves along. A common snail moving along a mossy bank. Slug. Tentacles. Some slugs have only one pair. Foot. Breathing hole. Snail. The snail's stomach is inside the shell, gastro, which means stomach. Foot. The muscles for moving the pod means foot. Rainforest snail, a pond snail, a sea slug. Some gastropods live on land, some live in fresh water, but most live in the sea. Snails. All gastropods with shells are called snails. This is a bubble raft snail that lives in the sea. It hangs from a raft of bubbles on the surface of the water. Land snails. The soft part of a land snail has a head at the front of it and a foot underneath, and the rest of the body is inside its shell. A snail's tongue is like a strap covered with thousands of tiny teeth. It is called a radula. The snails use their radula for scraping food and tearing it to pieces. Some land snails feed on fungi and some feed on plants. A few feed on small creatures in their environment. Plant-eating snail, slugs feeding on puffballs, fungi. Land snails travel by making the foot muscles ripple. They move and they put down slime from the front end. This slime helps the foot glide along. A snail leaves a trail of slime. Most land snails have both male and female sex organs, but it still takes two snails to mate and produce eggs. After two land snails mate, they lay eggs through an opening in the head. The eggs are usually laid in a safe, damp place. Tiny snails hatch from the eggs. As a snail grows, their shells grow too. Land snails spend most of their days in dark, damp places. They come out to feed at night or when it rains. Most land snails can put their heads right inside their shells when they sense danger. When weather becomes too dry, most land snails retreat into their shells and stay inside until the weather gets damp again. There are many thousands of different kinds of water snails with shells of different shapes and sizes and colors. A pond snail, a cowrie moving in the sea, a bubble shell on the sea bed. Snails that live in the sea are called marine snails. Many of the sea shells found on the beach are empty shells of marine snails. Snails that live in rivers, lakes, and ponds are called freshwater snails. Slugs. Slugs do not have shells. A slug's body is similar to the soft body of a snail. Most land slugs eat plants. Some feed on toadstools and other kinds of fungi. Others eat dead plants and animal droppings. Like most snails, slugs can be both male and female. Two slugs mate to produce eggs. Slugs also lay their eggs in well-sheltered places. When the eggs are ready to hatch, tiny slugs crawl out fully formed. Sea slugs. Many different kinds of slugs live in the sea. Their shapes and colors are wonderful.